Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, Sanjay.
Yeah. So I today have a special question for you because you and me both being curating as well as artist and two these are two different parameters altogether, as we all know, because being an artist you can visualize just your own concept and your own vision matters a lot. But when you're curating, your vision widens because you have to widen your horizon and you have to judge artist the way that person thinks about. So it cannot be the judgment cannot be so narrow while you are curating an exhibition. So what the difference you feel like when you're curating and when you are artist, like when you curate, how do you curate a show?
See, first of all, let me tell you that when, as an artist, when we are working, we also come across a lot of our fellow artists. And through the years, like from the college days to the time when we got into this profession, we do follow their work. Many of them start, but then somewhere they leave and they disappear. But many of them continue for 1 decade, 2 decades, and they keep doing it. And that's how we come to track their whole journey of art. And then they, because they are continuously working, we see the growth. And that is how we are able to decide, okay, when I'm having an exhibition, I'm going to show these artists because these artists work are good, and they are not good just because they are my friends, but randomly sometimes I can go to Lalit Kala and I see a group exhibition or a solo, and then I like the work. So I take their address and I follow up their work. Okay, what did they did in college, what they did later. It is not something that I do because I want to exhibit, but sometimes the work interests me so much that I look to the track. So whenever there are quite a few artists around,
But as an
whom I
artist,
come
don't you
across.
feel, as an artist, as a curator also, don't you feel it is very important to track a artist whole journey of his life rather than just picking up one or two work from the Lalit Kala or anywhere I saw, wow, wow, this is a nice work, so I like it and I can put it in an exhibition. But their journey is also very important, don't you think? Like where from they
Yes, the
started.
journey is very important because one work can be good, but
Yeah,
then when you see the journey, then you know the growth.
yeah,
And that is
exactly.
what interests me. And so I keep track of such artists. So when somebody asks me to curate a show, so the first thing I decide on the particular concept or whatever, because curating is also, you have to be, it comes with some responsibility,
Absolutely. True.
to project the artist and how we are going to put it together. So if I have 4 5 artists, then I'm going to pick up those artists at particular time when I think of a concept. I put them together. I can't have a, and I also have to make sure that when I put this artist work, there has to be enough space so that one artist work is not disturbed by the other artist work, and each artist get an individual, the focus.
Hmm.
So for me, it is very necessary to track their record, and that is how I have quite a few artists around whom I have been following since at least for 10, 15 years, maybe sometime 20. So whenever I have an exhibition, I know like, okay, this is a concept this time I'm doing, and these are the artists I'm going to select. But when I select, I don't think of oh, they are my friends or they are my not
That
friends. It's
never
not
should
that.
be. That
Uh,
never should be, I believe.
that I never take that into,
Yes,
because
an
I
enemy,
always
even
make.
an enemy's work could be a good one, but you have to appreciate while you are curating. That's a profession that it ends, I believe.
See, when you
Yeah,
are into a
personal life should
profession,
not
then
come
you have to
into.
see. No,
Personal life
not at all.
never should come into it. Yeah, no, never should come into the
Yeah,
picture.
and absolutely. I had curated few shows where I did not take my show called Good Friends,
Right.
but then it is not something affected them or affected me because we are still friends.
Yeah,
Because see, they also know that it's a particular concept that I'm focusing on, and that's
absolutely.
how the work I'm going to show. So as far as I think, we cannot have a very narrow kind of thinking when we are doing. Okay, I'm going to take only that artist because he sells.
Right.
For me, I don't take that thing into consideration. For me, it's very important to have a good conceptual exhibition where people see and they like it. And I don't do, when I'm doing a show, I don't do only paintings. I try to take two three, I balance it out. I take one or maybe two three ceramic artists, then I take an installation artist, and I will also take somebody who's into performance. So my art is never just about painting. I have this little bit of everything with a particular strong
Mixed
concept.
bag arena.
So yes, yes, it is. You have painting, you have all the installation artists, performance artists, ceramic artists.
Right.
But together, when you put them, it's like a whole element of a, a beautiful magical stimulation. A magical stimulation,
Right.
so that when the spectator is seeing, he's there caught into seeing the work much more time, and he can sit and he can see the work properly. So I always make sure that when an exhibition is there, I like to put few benches or chair, because many time an artist like a work. So I think there should be where he can sit and he can just admire the work. So when you have so many things put together, you need to have a place relaxed also, where the spectator comes and have a look at the work.
Yeah. And what do you think that is it very important to have art exhibitions curated by a professional person, or like previous days we used to have just an exhibition, but now it's a more of a curated shows which are in fashion? Do you think it's really important to have curated shows for our audience?
Well, the professional artists, or what we call the commercial galleries, they do a higher curator, and but I think you can't just tell anybody, "Oh, come and curate a show."
No, that
No,
cannot
an
be.
artist has to be very sensitive towards what he's doing, and that you just can't. Yeah, hiring a curator is fine if the galleries want it that way, because there are professional curators who and it is their profession. So the galleries do choose them, but I think that's fine. Earlier times were different. We didn't have much. We had a very different kind of a what you call as we had patrons. I should say, before the Zoom market, really the prices were raised, and the Zoom and the boom. So both things. Before that, we had patrons. The patrons in Bombay. I was staying in Mumbai, so I've seen whether it is the Birlas, the Tatas, or the Goenkas, or so many of them, the Podars. Then we have one of them called Hafiz Contractor, who was the architecture, but he used to buy a lot of work of graphic works for the offices, which he used to. I think at that particular time, everyone was happy because you had Hafiz Contractor. I used to know that somebody used to say, "Oh, Hafiz Contractor is going to come and he's going to buy the work." And we knew he would buy, because he used to design so many of these offices and all. So he used to put this original work of art, maybe whatever he liked. So the market was very cool. And I think the patrons were also very much, very sensitive towards the work.
Yeah.
Very generous. And I think at that particular time, but with the time has changed now. So now we have, as I usually, while talking about, I said there are more art dealers than the artists now.
No, don't you think there is a, as you said, that during the boom time, people came in and bought many of the artworks, and today they're thinking that we burnt our fingers because that was not a right kind of investment, what we thought at that time. That time they were thinking it is better than buying a share, it is like a blue chip. So every art of work could become Hussein, but that didn't really become. And today the prices have gone down like anything. If they're not even getting the kind of prices that they bought it, so they're no more interested to put their fingers into the new upcoming artists. That happened, I think psychologically that happened, though in reality I don't think there is any drop of price, because thing is that art never is judged with the price. You cannot judge a art with a price. It's just your liking and love and affection for the art is more important.
Yes, you see, when any home, you have your interior done, you have a simple house, a very fashionable and very contemporary house. But when you buy a painting and you put it on the wall, you have to live with it 24 into whatever years.
Yeah.
And many times it happened that a painting is on I've seen some of the homes where for more than 10-15 years, the one particular painting is on the same wall. It has not been moved from that wall.
Mhm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So painting is more about you have to relate to the work. And if you relate to the work, then it grows. And every time you look at it, it grows. And then the work is there for 10, 15 years on the same wall. The house will have a different interior with time, with all that. But that particular work is always there. So I think the success of the work is that somebody is had the work and they are enjoying it for so
Yes.
many years.
Yeah.
When it comes to investment, I think earlier patrons who bought the work of art, they had not even dreamt that a Tayyab or a Hussain or a Gaitonde or a Ram Kumar would cost so much. They bought it all out of passion. At the same time, they bought it because they were sensitive towards artists.
No, actually,
It wasn't,
no,
yeah.
I think a bit if you go a decade back of that stage, that was the truth. But thing is that after 70s, I believe, in India, the boom which started during 70s and 80s, that time actually thing is that many people wanted to invest because there was a news in Times of India, Hussain sold for 10 lakhs, this guy Thonde sold for this much. Those newses were keeping, keep coming into the newspapers and all. So many of the investors were literally dragged, and we were thinking, okay, fine, it's a throwaway price we're getting at a cheaper price, so let's go for it, and it will be a big investment in the future. But many of them failed in doing so. But if you are not
No,
if you are just investing out of your love, I don't think there is anything which you are going to lose ever in your life, because art is art.
yeah, it was more of at that particular time, if you're talking of the 80s and early 90s, it
Yes,
was more of Hussein's work which were going
at a
to
fabulous
a
price. Yeah,
higher and
and
higher.
Jamini Roy.
But I don't think, yeah, not other artists' work were not that high compared to what Hussein, but you see, with time, the ladder has changed, you know.
Yeah.
Sometime Gaitunde is going up, sometime maybe Tayyab.
Mhm.
Hussein is on a higher range, but it's I think there are some of these, most of the progressive group, and then later on Ram Kumar. I think all the artists of that particular, of the six, of the 40 who are like, in their 50s and 60s, they had gone abroad and they really learned a lot of techniques, and they learned about the modern art, and they were not only into traditional art. Like in JJ, most of them studied at JJ at that particular time. It was more of traditional art. But I think when a work of art was bought by the patrons, it was just a matter of being sensitive and encouraging artists, or it was more of because they liked the work. So even if they helped an artist because his works were not sold at all, and they bought it, but I think they were not somebody who bought the work today. Suppose they bought the work today and somebody is paying them 50,000 more and they would sell it. That market became after the market boomed.
Yes.
As I told you, they all became dealers. Even if you got 10, if you bought a work for 1 lakh, for 50 lakh rupees and you're getting 55 lakh, they would sell it. So these are dealers. What they earlier, before the boom, whoever were buying, they were not dealers. So there are very few who already had galleries, but most of them who bought the works, they were patrons of art. I will not
True.
tell them they were dealers, because many of them in Mumbai or in Delhi who were buying, and I knew them for some reason, but I think they were not into getting that 5 lakh rupees profit. This business is about the galleries. It's the galleries who will do. Okay, it's a business for them, so they will sell. But I must say, and I really respect the all the earlier patrons, because of them, I think whether it is Hussein, whether it is Ram Kumar, they all have grown because their encouragement have lifted their spirit, and they continue doing so till the last breath. So I don't think if you are a patron, then you see what you like the work, you are helping the artist. At the same time, you're sensitive about art, and you have to keep the tradition of painting going. Tradition is not a traditional only miniatures, but even contemporary art. So I don't think we have any comparison between today's dealers. Most of them are dealers. Some of them are collecting work of art, as I told you, because they love art. But I think the art in India, if the art has really grown within Ram Kumar, Krishan Khanna, you take Tayyab Mehta, Souza, Swaminathan. It was pure art. Everything was like, it was, I think, very different. We can't compare today's generation of people who are buying. Exceptional cases are always there. And the earlier ones who were buying, I think there's a lot of difference. Today, because of the digital art, I think the market has gone very low because I go to offices and I go to so many hotels and I go to these hospitals and I see they have all digital images. That is why the artist is suffering because earlier it was original work. Now digital has made the market even bad for the
It's
artists
a
who are
temporary
upcoming
because
or maybe who are in their.
digital is no close to the reality. So it's a temporary, and people will understand that this is a down market thing, and they'll replace it. I believe that's a temporary thing.
No, it's not about down market thing. The people who are buying, they are buying. But what I mean to say,
No, they're
earlier graphic
buying,
art
but thing is
was
that the glamour
really
that you
bought
get
by a
with
lot
the
of people
original
for the.
artwork, the glamour that you get with the original artwork or oil paint, it's never there in a digital print. I have seen it. It's not up to the mark.
I know it's not there, but
Yeah.
I find that
But yeah, now you
the
get
original
even
work.
the digital artwork with the hand painted finish. That also is available now. Oil finish, digital artworks, and all that. But when these are the things which will come and go, because see, this I don't think will restrict the art market in any ways in the days to come. And I think the future, as I was talking to few of the art dealers, they said 25 will be another boom. I don't know. Touch wood, maybe. So
Yeah, there has to be some boom because at the moment the country is going towards a very
yeah,
bad phase.
very bad
So
phase.
we have to accept the
So
best.
it's
Yeah.
a V-shaped recovery in India, and it's going to be a big boom in coming days 25. And so many people are undercurrent news is that they're buying the masters right now at a very throwaway price.
Yeah, I think the auctions houses are doing well.
Yeah,
All these artists who are the
even
I
big
should
names,
say
every day there's a call for Gaitonde, there's a call for big names, Ram Kumar or someone like that. But no one is interested to pick up the upcoming artist right now.
but
That is
I think
there.
that's okay because
Yeah, that's okay. That's how it.
it's not Gaitonde became Gaitonde was constantly working. Tayyab Mehta, they were not like So one fine day, each generation comes. One generation is come. The
Mhm.
best has been there. Now
Right.
the next generation. Now let's see next generation. Maybe as you are saying, in 10 to 15 years, the next generation will be again floating on the top. Like
So what do you think about the next generation artists? Are they going to all be the cutting edge artist, or they're going to be the back to the, purist or something like that? Like I think the purism is coming back around the globe. And do you think India is also going to hit with the purism?
well, I don't know. The art today is so complex because everything is art.
Yeah, very much.
Today, everything is art. And sometimes you don't even need to be an artist. If you have the creative thing, then you can employ people. You
Mhm.
can employ technician. You can employ
Even the
anybody.
best of the best
And you
artists are
can
employing
create.
them. Even the best of the best artists are employing people for doing their work, like
I
gigantic.
think this is not a new thing actually. If you
Yeah,
really see
even Rembrandt used to do that.
from all these artists from so many of these artists abroad, they all have a whole crew of people
Right.
in their
Absolutely.
thing. It's almost like a business.
True, true,
So
true.
it's okay. Like I don't know, like what exactly whether we when we paint the work of the whole painting ourselves or when we employ an assistant.
Mhm.
I think even during the Renaissance period, there was then Jamni Roy had this the tracing, which his students did it.
Mhm.
To School of Jamni Roy, a
School.
student of Jamni Roy. So, it's very difficult to say what is right and what is wrong because ultimately let history decide what is right and what is wrong, and you do the best that you can. If you task pondering upon all these things, then you won't be able to paint. So
No,
you
but
do
then
as an artist.
exactly, and then the work of the curator is to deal with little bit of this kind of, uh, you know, environment where the art is facing today. So it's a responsibility of the curator to throw correct kind of a art, what to say, artist before the universe, because artists are the the reflection of the day, as we say, because they are going to be the history, and they are the parameters with which the history is written, because every history is dependent on visual art.
Absolutely. From the prehistoric to everything, you know about the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, and then we have the Plastic Age
Yes,
we are living
yes,
on.
yes, we are
You know?
the
Yeah.
plastic age,
So,
yes.
how will the next generation after 200 years find out when they dig it? They will not find, I think we, at least our generation, found beautiful architecture, beautiful temples, sculptures, and in the Egyptian, the mummies and all that. But today, after 200 years, if somebody will find, they will find art, but art will be all buried within the plastics.
Could be. Like the
Yeah,
acrylic itself is a
it's a
plastic
plastic
medium.
cage.
Yeah,
It's so it'll, even if it is there, that plastic will form a thick layer. So the archaeologists have to devise a technique where they can remove that whole plastic, and then they will see, wow, beautiful. This is, we can see, they can see beautiful work of one of Reddy's work, beautiful face and beautiful sculpture of Reddy under the plastic. No, this, it's not a thing. Like, you know, that's how, you know, one generation over next. So the plastic, see, we are living in a plastic age. Everywhere there's plastic, and it has really ruined. And even the things that is there, it's all plastic. So ultimately, what we are as an artist, as a sculptor, as a ceramist artist or painter are doing, I think they will remain still pure.
yeah,
So
it's
that is
true.
how you come with history. You come to know which Bronze Age or Plastic Age. Plastic Age means then we are we belong to the
Yeah,
Plastic
we
Age.
are belonging to plastic age. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
But still, how
that's
do
right.
you manage to, be rooted as well as to be in the cutting edge?
See, be rooted and cutting edge. These both things are very personal because each artist is different. Now, cutting edge, everybody can't be. Some are still focused on traditional miniature painting.
Mhm.
Some of them are focused on oil painting, some
Right.
acrylic, different medium. Now, cutting edge, there are a lot of artists who are on this, but then their work are so different every time you see. You know, we are, of course, since we have this computer, we have the digital image. Now the whole world has become round.
True.
You cannot differentiate that this artist is from India, or this artist is from Europe, or this artist belong to which part of the world,
But
because
no,
we
no,
all see
no.
each other, and it is very
No.
difficult.
But then there are some rooted artists, like Chinese artists are so very rooted, Korean
Yes.
artists are so very rooted, Iranian artists are so very rooted. But the colonized countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, these colonized people are, to a certain extent, we are the dark white people. Like it's like we just
White,
try to
dark
be,
people in white garbs.
yeah, dark people in white gloves. That's what we always try to be, so we fall in prey of westernization very soon, I believe. Don't you think
No,
so?
but we do have, see, miniature art now. When I go to Rajasthan or I go to Himachal Pradesh, I see that miniature art is gaining once again technically very good. Whether you take this Pichwais or you take the Thanka or you take the Patachitra, I think that when you're talking of the roots, it is still there. It is not gone.
No, Tanka is
It
one
is
thing I
still there.
wanted to discuss. Like, if you see Raza, the work of Raza is actually the exactly the derived thing of the Tanka. If I have seen few of the Tanka Buddhist painting, which are very small in size, I think 2 inches by 2 inches or something like that. The painting exactly looks what the Raza has done in 5 feet by 5 feet canvases or something like that. So that is called, I mean, just like Jamini Roy, who was influenced with the traditional art and did the thing in the contemporary way. So I think even today there are a lot of artists who are really rooted, and they are artists who which wish to take the things from our ground level and put it into the Western or into the international periphery or something like that.
Yeah, that experimentation is good when you're taking the traditional art and then merging or thinking of putting it into a very contemporary language. So I think that's very good, because and many times it really looks good the way they mix the traditional and the what you say, you can what whether you say modern, you say contemporary, whatever, there is a very good blend of the east and the west is
West, yeah,
happening.
yeah,
Yeah, it is very beautifully it's happening, and I think there are artists who are really doing excellent work. But you know what, these young artists are doing excellent work, but many time I question myself and even my other fellow artists that, do you think what they are, every time you see their work it's very different than the previous one.
yeah.
Then you see their third exhibition, it is very different from the first exhibition that we saw.
That's really cool,
So
and I
it's
appreciate.
really,
If the journey is
yeah,
okay, then it's fine. It's very good.
journey is okay. Yeah, but then they are jumping from one to the other. Like we belong to that particular generation when we saw Souza doing a particular style, and for years it continued for 6 decades and 5 decades.
Yeah,
Then
but
we saw Sajad
that's
Mehta,
yeah.
how gradually, but
But
then
today,
suddenly they
today,
had this.
today, today, we cannot, yeah, accept
Yeah,
that.
suddenly they had, yeah. And then gradually they had this signature style and that continued. So even we should just see the image and yeah, this is Tayyab, this is Ram Kumar. Now the artists who are young, they are into a lot of experiment. Maybe 10 years
Exactly.
from now, they'll also have a particular, concept of what they really want to continue. And I think art is such a thing that it's a free
Yeah,
do what
you
who
cannot really be
enjoys.
judgmental.
There are two kind of artists: one who enjoys doing the work. There's
Absolutely.
other artists who are copying and they are happy doing that. There are third generation who are mixing the east and the west. So I think
There's a lot.
as far as
Yeah.
it's aesthetically, if it has aesthetic value, I think that's the main. So as a curator, you have to be following the artist years of work. And I think when you have a concept, then you, you know, collect these artists, put a work together, but it does have you it is a responsible thing. It's not something that you put 100 work and, fill the whole space. There has to be an aesthetic sensibility, in which I think a lot of galleries are hiring professionals to display the work. There are galleries who are doing it, but I think ultimately it's the work that matters most.
Okay, one last question from my side. Yeah, what is your message to our younger generation as a curator? What is the right track they should work on?
Look, it is much simpler today because of we have everyone has computer, everyone has a phone, they have WhatsApp, everything. So it is whatever, if they're doing something and something really interesting, I think they should always put it up, because sometime maybe you don't know, but here because of this the digital age, you are able to see a lot of work which you have otherwise maybe missed, because we go to the artist studio, we know them, or we get connected with something, but now we are able to see more work of younger artists. So I think the thing is that they should keep working, and of course they should try to show their work in the group shows, not be fussy in the beginning. Just show your work, because somebody will pick you up from that particular group exhibition and then highlight your work in the coming years. That's what happened. Like even if my work, I was working, I was putting in group shows, somebody picks you up from the group show, they like your work. Then from that is how it continues. So I think it is for them, it is very easy. Now they can put it on the Facebook,
Online
they can
shows also
send the
nowadays.
images on
Yeah,
WhatsApp.
there are a lot of.
Yeah, it is much easier now to connect because of this online. It's not like earlier where you had to carry
Yeah,
all your portfolio and show them.
true, true.
So at least now you can show 10, 15, and they should keep working. Whether somebody is saying your work is good or your work is, I think they should not wait for any compliments.
True.
They should
That's
follow their heart and they should do it.
yeah.
Yeah, they should not wait for any compliment, because what others, each one has a different way of looking at work. So why should you generalize? So just they should just enjoy their work, keep doing it. One fine day, they will find the right place.
Correct, correct.
So you have to be optimistic when you choose to be an artist. Then you have to be optimistic. That's
Optimistic.
what makes your path easier and fun. Yeah.
Thank you
So
so
that's
much.
it.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, ma'am. It's nice talking to you,
Thank
and
you,
lots of
Sanjay.
knowledge you have shared with our audience. And hope to get you soon again for another interview. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Sanjay.